years ago, about the time that that nasty individual got into the White House south of the border, I started talking about how we really at this time on the planet really need to treat each other with generosity and patience, because we are being encouraged to other each other all of the time, to find reasons not to care about each other, to find reasons to find the other person something that we don't approve of or like or want to be with. And I think it's so important, like that old song, "No Man is an Island," could be a woman too, but the point is none of us is really gonna have a good quality of life on our own. We do need each other. And what I heard tonight was that people really do want real community. We want to care about each other. We want to figure out how we live sustainably on this planet. We recognize the importance of the ecosystems to our well-being, but also to our relationships to our well-being. I also heard a lot about systems change. We're all recognizing that a lot of the systems that we all are having to operate within are not working for us, whether it's the healthcare system that's really the ill care system, whether it's an economic system that privileges the really wealthy and just creates greater and greater disparities in our communities, whether it's our use and abuse of the ecosystems that are so fundamental to our core existence. We've stopped recognizing that we need to have limits, that we need to live more lightly on the planet. One of the things that's driven my life's work has been justice. And to me, it's readily applied to many of these different areas. Economic justice is about us having control in our communities over our economies. I have long worked with businesses across this region supporting locally based businesses because they care about us. Their children go to school with our children. They support our soccer teams. They volunteer in the search and rescue. They're part of the fabric of our communities. We can't trust that Canfor is going to say, "Oh, the mill's shutting down," because that happens. It's happening all across this province. But we do know that locally embedded communities, and I have to say particularly cooperatives, are truly embedded in our communities. They care about our communities, and they're going to be around for the long term. The climate crisis was an interesting conversation, and one where all of the conversations resonated very well with me. I plunged into this crazy world of politics because I am deeply, deeply concerned and convinced that we are in fact in a climate emergency, that we have to change everything about how we live on this planet in order to save it and to provide a future for our youth. And the children are calling us to take action. And I have every intention as a member of Parliament for the Green Party of helping us implement our 20-step action plan. I think it's vital, it's realistic, it will exceed our Paris climate agreements, and we'll have a chance of living together on this planet with all species. And lastly, poverty and inequality. I heard a lot of great comments and suggestions, and fundamentally for me, I think there was a common theme of recognizing that people don't deserve poverty. Poverty happens, we impoverish people, and we as a community have the opportunity to address that, to change that, and support each other in so many different ways. And Nelson at its best is such a shining example of all the different ways that we can come together as a community and ensure that the services are there, so that we can be measured by how well the least amongst us is doing in our community. That is a true measure of a vibrant, viable, and just community. Thank you very much for letting me participate in this tonight.